Most people wake up every morning already giving their power away. Before they take their first conscious breath, their phone, their inbox, or their schedule decides how they feel. The world chooses their mood for them, and without realizing it, they spend the rest of the day reacting instead of leading. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought." Nowhere is that more true than in the first moments after you wake. Those early seconds, when your mind is still quiet, still open, still unguarded, create the emotional blueprint for your entire day. This is what neuroscientists now call a morning neuroplastic window, a brief space where your brain is most impressionable, most programmable, and most capable of transformation. If your thoughts in that window are chaotic, anxious, or scattered, your day tends to follow the same pattern. But if your first thoughts are intentional, grounded in gratitude, clarity, and presence, you shift the trajectory of your entire mindset. That's exactly why the ancient Stoics treated the morning as sacred. It wasn't about routine, it was about ownership. It was the moment where they shaped their identity before the world had the chance to shape it for them. In this video, you're going to learn 8 Stoic gratitude practices designed specifically for that morning window. Each one strengthens a different part of your mind, your discipline, your peace, your ability to stay centered no matter what the world throws at you. These aren't complicated rituals. They're simple, powerful shifts that can change the way you think and the way you live. If you're ready, leave a comment below. I choose gratitude today. 1. Gratitude for what is in your control. Most people wake up already losing a battle they don't even know they're fighting. Their mind jumps straight into the future, into other people's opinions, into outcomes they can't predict or command. And before they even get out of bed, they've handed their peace to things completely outside their control. This is the modern trap. Waking up and immediately worrying about whether someone will approve of you, whether the day will go the way you hope, whether life will finally cooperate. It's a silent habit, but it drains your energy before the morning even begins. The Stoics called this the first illusion of the day, believing that stability comes from things outside yourself. In reality, everything external is unpredictable. Everything external can shift, change, or disappear. That's why Stoicism directs you inward, toward the one territory no one can invade, your power over your judgments, your choices, and your actions. Epictetus understood this deeply. He wrote, "You may fetter my leg, but not even Zeus has the power to control my will." What he meant wasn't poetic, it was practical. Your inner command center is the only thing that can't be touched by chaos, insults, misfortune, or anyone's behavior. When you place your gratitude there, your stability no longer depends on perfect circumstances. Instead, it grows from a strength that cannot be taken away. This is why your first minute of the morning is sacred. When you wake up, instead of letting your mind scatter into fear or anticipation, bring it back to what actually belongs to you. Take 1 minute, just 60 seconds, and write down 3 things within your control that you're grateful for. It can be incredibly simple. I'm grateful that I can choose my attitude today. I'm grateful that I can decide how I respond when someone tests my patience. I'm grateful that my thoughts are mine to direct, not the world's. This practice rewires the morning. It shifts you from reacting to leading, from worry to clarity. You stop depending on other people's behavior to feel grounded. You stop tying your happiness to things you can't predict. Instead, you start the day with a quiet but powerful reminder. Strength comes from choosing how you show up, not from hoping the world treats you gently. And when you anchor your gratitude in your own agency, your day changes. Your mindset sharpens. You move with intention instead of anxiety. You become harder to shake, harder to manipulate, harder to derail. Attention is my power. 2. Gratitude for the challenges ahead, obstacle to growth. Most people step into the day hoping nothing difficult will happen. They pray for smooth schedules, easy conversations, and problems that magically solve themselves. But the moment life pushes back even slightly, their stress spikes, their mood collapses, and their sense of control disappears. This fear of difficulty is one of the biggest sources of modern anxiety. We've built a world that prioritizes comfort, convenience, and predictability, and as a result, we've become fragile. The smallest disruption feels like a threat. A rude email, a traffic jam, a tight deadline, a misunderstanding at work. Anything unexpected can derail the entire day. But Stoicism flips this fear on its head. It teaches that hardship is not an interruption to your life path. It is the path. Marcus Aurelius captured it perfectly when he wrote, "The obstacle is the way." Not because obstacles are pleasant, but because they reveal your strength, sharpen your character, and train your mind the way nothing easy ever could. Gratitude for challenges is not some naive positivity. It's strategic. It's how you claim power over stress instead of letting stress claim you. When you thank the challenge before it arrives, you anchor yourself in the truth that every obstacle is a lesson disguised as inconvenience. A traffic jam becomes training for patience. A difficult co-worker becomes training for emotional discipline. A tight deadline becomes training for focus. These are not punishments. They're mental gym sessions, and every rep makes you stronger. This is why Stoics practice negative visualization each morning. It's simple. Take 30 seconds to imagine one challenge you're likely to face today. Maybe the commute will be longer than usual. Maybe a client will be demanding. Maybe someone will misunderstand you or test your boundaries. Picture it clearly. Feel the mild discomfort it might bring. And then, this is the Stoic twist. Express gratitude. Not because you enjoy difficulty, but because it prepares you, because it strengthens you, because it gives you a chance to practice the virtues you claim to value. When you meet a challenge with gratitude, you shift from, "Why is this happening to me?" to, "This is happening for me." You stop seeing adversity as a threat and start seeing it as training. Suddenly, you're not bracing for the day, you're ready for it. You're calm where others panic, steady where others crumble, and resilient where others react impulsively. That's the power of reframing every obstacle as an opportunity to grow. Challenge trains me. 3. Gratitude for the people who teach you, even the difficult ones. It's easy to feel grateful for the people who are kind to you, but the people who challenge you, frustrate you, or push your emotional buttons, those are the ones who shape you the most, and yet they're the ones we rarely thank. Most of us grow up believing that gratitude should only flow toward comfort, the supportive friend, the encouraging co-worker, the partner who understands us. But life isn't shaped only by comfort. In fact, the people who trigger us often reveal more about our character than the ones who treat us gently. They expose the cracks in our patience, our ego, our expectations, and our emotional stability. Stoicism teaches that every human interaction, especially the uncomfortable ones, is a mirror, and that mirror shows us where we still have work to do. Epictetus said, "No one can upset you unless you allow it." He wasn't dismissing pain or pretending difficult people are harmless. He was pointing to a deeper truth. Your emotional response belongs to you. Someone may provoke you, criticize you, or misunderstand you, but the meaning you attach to their behavior is your choice. And in that choice lies your power. When a difficult person enters your day, you have the chance to observe yourself, not just them. What emotion rises? What belief gets activated? What boundary needs reinforcement? This is how challenging people become unintentional teachers. Here's a simple morning practice. Think of one person who frustrates you or regularly tests your patience. Don't judge them and don't replay arguments. Instead, Write their name and answer one question. What is this person teaching me? Maybe they're showing you where your boundaries are too soft. Maybe they're helping you practice staying calm under pressure. Maybe they're teaching you to detach from other people's moods. The moment you reframe them as a teacher rather than an enemy, your emotional landscape shifts. You regain clarity instead of resentment. You regain control instead of reaction. Real-life examples make this clearer. A co-worker who criticizes everything you do is teaching you emotional stability. A partner who snaps when stressed is teaching you the art of patience and grounding. A family member who doubts your choices is teaching you self-trust. These interactions aren't punishments, they're lessons wrapped in discomfort, and when you approach them with gratitude, you transform tension into growth. This doesn't mean tolerating disrespect. It means recognizing that growth doesn't only come from harmony, it often comes from friction. When you see every person, even the difficult ones, as part of your training, your resilience deepens and your perspective expands. Gratitude turns your relationships into classrooms and your life into a curriculum for self-mastery. Every person teaches me. 4. Gratitude for the ordinary, the beauty of simplicity. We spend our lives chasing big moments, yet the things that keep us alive, grounded and sane, are often the smallest ones. The ordinary, warm water, a quiet room, a sunrise, a clean bed, is invisible to us until it disappears. But to a Stoic, these simple things are not small at all. They are the foundation of a peaceful mind. Modern life trains us to overlook what's right in front of us. We rush, compare, and chase the next milestone, the next achievement, the next reason to feel good. In that race, we miss the quiet gifts that sustain us every single day. The Stoics understood that gratitude doesn't require grand events or dramatic breakthroughs. It only requires presence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The present moment is enough." Not because life is perfect, but because the present moment is real, accessible, and rich with blessings we rarely acknowledge. When you begin your morning by noticing the ordinary, something shifts inside you. Suddenly, life feels less chaotic. Anxiety loosens its grip. Your mind slows down just enough to breathe again. And instead of waiting for something extraordinary to make you feel grateful, you start to recognize that gratitude was available the whole time. You simply weren't looking. Here's a simple 3-minute practice. Look around and identify 3 ordinary blessings in your immediate environment. Nothing dramatic, just the basics that quietly support your life. Warm water running over your hands, a bed that held you through the night, the silence before the world wakes up, a beam of sunlight stretching across the floor, a cup of hot coffee warming your palms. These things are so familiar that the mind stops seeing them, but the moment you notice them again, your nervous system calms. You return to your body. You return to the present moment. You return to yourself. The psychological benefits are powerful. Gratitude for simplicity lowers anxiety by shifting the mind away from future worries and back toward what is stable, safe, and certain. It anchors you when life feels unpredictable. It teaches you that peace is not found in what you want next, but in what you already have. Real examples speak louder than theory. That quiet moment before your inbox explodes. The comforting weight of a blanket. The sound of a kettle. The smell of morning air. These small anchors build a sense of stability far stronger than any achievement ever could. When you appreciate the ordinary, life stops feeling like a constant chase. It starts feeling like something you're allowed to enjoy, not just survive. The simple things become sacred again. The ordinary is a miracle. 5. Gratitude for who you are. Becoming. Most people are harsh with themselves, not because they've failed, but because they haven't arrived yet. They measure their worth by unfinished goals, unmet timelines, and the gap between where they are and where they think they should be. But the Stoics remind us, the journey is the work, and who you're becoming matters more than what you've achieved. In today's world, self-criticism has become a reflex. We wake up thinking about our flaws, our delays, our mistakes, and all the ways we're behind. Social media amplifies it. Everyone else's progress becomes a mirror reflecting what we haven't accomplished yet. But Stoicism offers a different lens. Gratitude for the path, not just the destination. Seneca said, "No man can become wise all at once. Wisdom, growth, and mastery take time, repetition, and patience. You don't transform overnight. Your identity changes slowly, through small choices made consistently." That's why this form of gratitude is deeply powerful. Instead of punishing yourself for not being perfect, you learn to appreciate the version of you that is showing up, trying, learning, and fighting through the noise. This gratitude builds resilience. It builds self-respect. It reminds you that growth is not a moment, it's a direction. Here's a practice you can do every morning. Write down 3 things you're proud of about who you are today. Not who you hope to be, not who you used to be, who you are right now. Maybe you're proud of your discipline for waking up early. Maybe you're proud of how hard you've been trying despite setbacks. Maybe you're proud of your kindness, your effort to heal, or your commitment to becoming someone stronger. These simple acknowledgements anchor you in progress rather than perfection. Consider the 1% rule. If you improve by just 1% each morning, one better choice, one moment of clarity, one act of self-control, that tiny shift compounds into a radically different life. Greatness isn't built in leaps, it's built in increments. And when you start each day grateful for those increments, you create a mindset that can withstand pressure, disappointment, and uncertainty. This practice changes your relationship with yourself. Instead of waking up feeling inadequate, you wake up feeling grounded. Instead of judging your reflection, you recognize a work in progress, one worth investing in. Gratitude for who you are becoming is gratitude for your future self, the one you are slowly and steadily building. I honor my growth. 6. Gratitude through negative visualization. Most people rush through their mornings as if life is guaranteed, as if time is endless, as if the people they love will always be there tomorrow. But nothing in this life is promised. Not a single moment, not a single breath. And that is exactly why the Stoics practiced gratitude through the lens of loss, to wake up to the miracle of what is still here. Negative visualization isn't morbid. It's clarifying. It's a mental reset that pulls you out of autopilot and forces you to see what truly matters. Seneca said, "We are ungrateful because we forget that everything is borrowed. Borrowed time, borrowed relationships, borrowed days." Remembering this doesn't darken your life. It brightens it. It sharpens your vision. It strips away entitlement and replaces it with appreciation. Here's the practice. Each morning, imagine, just for a few seconds, that today might be your final day. Don't dramatize it. Simply ask, if this were the last time I experienced this moment, how would I show up? Suddenly, ordinary things become extraordinary. The warmth of a morning hug feels deeper. The taste of breakfast feels fuller. Even the stillness in the room, the quiet creak of the floor, the simple act of opening your eyes, everything becomes more vivid, more meaningful, more worthy of gratitude. This isn't about fear. It's about perspective. When you imagine loss, you stop taking things for granted. You stop assuming that people will always be there. You stop delaying gratitude, and you stop letting minor frustrations steal your peace. It becomes harder to stay angry, harder to feel jealous, harder to compare your life to someone else's curated highlight reel. Negative visualization brings you back to what is real, the present moment, the people who matter, and the finite nature of your existence. Think about the small moments you rush past every day, The hug you barely feel, the breakfast you eat without noticing, the sunlight sliding across your kitchen table. When you imagine these moments disappearing, you finally see their value. You finally understand that these little pieces of life are the ones you'll miss the most. This practice builds emotional maturity. It softens your reactions. It reminds you to speak kindly, to pay attention, to live intentionally. And above all, it teaches you that gratitude isn't about having more. It's about noticing more. Nothing is guaranteed, which is why everything is precious. 7. Gratitude for time, the most precious asset. We say we don't have enough time, yet we give it away more easily than anything else we own. We trade hours for distractions, for mindless scrolling, for unnecessary worry, then wonder why life feels rushed, chaotic, and out of our control. But to the Stoics, time wasn't just valuable, it was sacred. In the modern world, time is the one resource everyone complains about, yet few people protect. We rush from task to task, fill every quiet moment with noise, and allow other people's priorities to dictate our schedule. And by the end of the day, we look back and realize most of our energy went to things that didn't truly matter. Stoicism cuts through this illusion with a simple but brutal truth. You're not short on time, you're leaking it. Seneca said it clearly. It is not that we have a short time to live, but we waste a lot of it. This isn't a criticism, it's a wake-up call. Gratitude for time begins with recognizing how finite and fragile it really is. Unlike money, you can't earn more of it. Unlike possessions, you can't replace it. Unlike relationships, you can't rebuild it once it's gone. Every minute you experience is a minute that disappears forever. When you truly feel this, you stop treating time like an accidental leftover and start treating it like a treasured inheritance. Here's a practical way to anchor this gratitude. Perform a 1-minute time audit each morning. Take out a notebook and write down 3 things that don't deserve your time today. Maybe it's 20 minutes of mindless scrolling. Maybe it's replaying an argument that's already over. Maybe it's letting someone else's mood dictate your own. Naming these time thieves sharpens your focus and reminds you that your hours are limited and deserve intention. Real-life examples make this clear. Social media steals your attention in tiny slices. Worry consumes hours without giving anything back. Pointless conversations drain energy you could use for growth, peace, or connection. When you see how much of your life disappears into these small holes, gratitude for time becomes natural. You stop wasting it because you finally understand what it's worth. Protecting your time isn't selfish. It's self-respect. It means valuing your life enough to guard the minutes that shape it. When you begin your day with gratitude for time, you become more selective, more focused, and more alive. You start living intentionally rather than accidentally. And in that shift, your entire life changes. My time is sacred. 8. Gratitude as identity. I choose gratitude before the world chooses for me. Most people don't start their day with their own emotions. They start with someone else's. A message, a comment, a tone of voice, an unexpected problem. These things decide their mood before they even decide who they want to be. This is the silent trap of modern life. We wake up neutral, but the world colors our emotions for us. Someone's negativity becomes ours. Someone's stress becomes ours. Someone's urgency becomes ours. Instead of choosing our inner state, we absorb it from whatever hits us first. But the Stoics teach a radically different approach. You don't wait for the world to give you peace. You choose it before the world has a chance to interfere. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully. A man's life is dyed with the color of his thoughts. And the first colors you choose in the morning determine the shape of your entire day. This is where gratitude becomes identity, not just practice. It's not something you do, it's something you are. When you choose gratitude intentionally, especially before the world starts demanding things from you. You build a mental shield that negativity can't penetrate. You stop reacting to everything outside you and start creating everything inside you. Here's the morning ritual. Place your hand over your heart, stand or sit upright, and say out loud 10 times, "Today, I choose gratitude before the world chooses my mood." It may feel simple, even too simple, but it's powerful. Speaking the words aloud anchors them in your nervous system. Feeling your heartbeat while you speak reminds you that your inner world is the only world you truly control. Repetition solidifies identity. You are not merely stating gratitude, you are becoming someone who leads with it. This identity shift transforms how you respond to challenges. When a negative email arrives, you don't bend. When someone snaps at you, your mood stays grounded. When plans fall apart, your center remains intact. Gratitude becomes your baseline, not something you scramble to remember after stress hits. Instead of being pulled into emotional storms, you carry your own weather. Think about how different your day becomes when you pre-select your mindset. You're calmer. You decide your responses instead of reacting impulsively. You see opportunities where others see problems. You become unshakable, not because life gets easier, but because your inner frame grows stronger. Choosing gratitude as identity is choosing power over passivity. It's choosing intention over reaction. It's choosing who you are, not who circumstances try to turn you into. And every morning you repeat this choice, your character deepens and your emotional resilience expands. Gratitude is my default state. As we come to the end of this journey, remember that these 8 Stoic gratitude practices are more than morning habits. They are the foundations of a stable, disciplined, and unshakable mind. You learned how to ground yourself in what you can control, welcome challenges as growth, learn from every person, appreciate the ordinary, honor who you're becoming, reflect through impermanence, protect your time, and choose gratitude as your identity before the world chooses your mood. Each practice takes only 2 or 3 minutes, but repeated daily, they accumulate into a life marked by clarity, calm, and inner strength. Transformation doesn't happen in a leap. It happens in steady, intentional steps. So tomorrow morning, choose just one of these practices and apply it as soon as you wake up. Let that single act shift the direction of your day, and eventually, your entire mindset. Thank you for spending this time here. Your presence, your attention, and your desire to grow are gifts worth being grateful for. I appreciate you more than you know. When you're ready, join me again in the next video as we continue building a mind that stays grounded, resilient, and deeply alive through the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. I start my day with gratitude, and everything changes.